Hey, I'm Sir Moans-A-lot and welcome back to MXGP Pro as we're getting ready for the gates to drop in the second moto in Switzerland, and the home hero takes the lead from the owners, it looks like. As Hillman got a good start but being forced wide. Seaver does get the whole shot and Hillman batting with the Brit already. And batting for around the top 15 again with him. He looks to the outside. So he's up to 16th. There's already a better start than the first race. So you've got Caleb Ward and the American as well there. Going down the inside of both of them as Seaver and Covington are getting battling like they did in the first race for the podium places. Seaver forced ride by the Russian. And Patriel outside the top 10. A rare performance to see that for the American. Whoa! Hillman into... Who was that? That was one of the Husqvarnas. Was that Olsen? Or was that Covington? Let's Hillman immediately back into the top 15. So again, just like the first moto, issues on the opening lap for Hillman. Well, like the first moto, he's forced his way back through the field immediately and battling with the Frenchman Patriel and the Russian. Let's look at it, they're going onto their own circuit. As they're going three wide and fighting. Look at Leiber in second, the Belgium. A cracking start. This Hillman trying to jump over everyone, it looks like. They're way through the field. It makes it up to 12 behind Ben Watson. And there's KTM. So 10 places made on it open out. And look at Kelly Wall battling with Patriel. Then you get past the Frenchman for 14th. Looks very close between the pair. This is Hillman past Watson into 11th. Past Osland into the top 10. Trying to get past Bernardini as well. As you got Hunter Lawrence and Prado battling in front. And Hillman up into 9th. Head of the Italian. So superb moves. Look at Prado down in 8th. Not good for the KTM, man. It really looks like he is bowing out of this title battle. After looking pretty strong in the early part. Just not got together for him. As his teammate seems to be getting stronger. As Hillman being pushed wide by Hunter Lawrence. Look at Seaver already struggling to stay in the top 5. Second race and struggling hold of his teammates. Hillman gets into both Suzuki's. And Prado gets up into 6th. Blocks Prado. Blocks Lawrence on the A pitch. Tries to block Prado as well, but Spaniard sneaks by now until Lawrence pushing Hillman wide, just like he pushed his teammate. And Bogies in the top 5 battling with Olsen. Superb from the Dutchman, shall we say, and the Belgium. Leiber, remember, is still right up there. Just moving around the outside of Prado, down the inside for the left. But Spaniard fights back. He'll make some move around the outside through final corner and up into 6th already. I don't think he got into 6th until less than 5 minutes remaining in the first race. Shows him what a total opposite this second moto is as well. Prado almost wipes him out from behind. One of many have tried around the Switzerland track. Only a couple have succeeded. Here in Hunter Lawrence. Seems to have backed off, it seems, on the Spaniard. So we've got Bogies in front and Prado, though, dives down the inside. Hillman does it back through the right-hander. And shows Prado his will as well. Let's see if we can catch up to Bogies in this section. Favourite section. You can see a podium already within reach for Hillman. What a dream opening third this has turned out to be. Let's just get on that power slightly late out of that hairpin. So easy to get close towards that sign. And managing to throttle over that section as well, so easy to lose the rear as we saw in that opening race. As Leiber's dropping back now. Behind Olsen, on a good start. But so is Jonas. I believe he's leading this race ahead of Covington. Then went on the back of 5th. Not close enough to make the move through the left-hander. Maybe in the final corner if he gets a good run over this crazy jump. Bit wide. Should get a good exit as he's setting 47s. He's not quite in the 46s. 46.85 to that so far, but he's down the inside of Bogies in the first corner. The Dutchman dive. He will. Pushes Hillman wide. Feels like Hillman has done that many times this season. 2 riders, including Bogies. Does it again down the inside. Does the old block pass on him. Classic manoeuvre. And that's why. Brings results. Not quite on the exit. Losing that rear end as Pacho's battled his way into the top 10. He's already battling with Lawrence as well for 8th. Bogies really doesn't want to give up this top 5 spot. Had that taste of success, didn't he, after the first race. Finishing in the top 10. Was a bit better this time around, but he's had to concede that position to Hillman. Now it's a horrible jump, and he's pushing Hillman right. Hillman gives a little tap back, says, hey, I'm still here. I want my top 5 back. And almost gets wiped out by Bogies into the right-hand hairpin. And on into the next right. Gets a smooth exit. And Leiber's really not giving up on that 3rd place. Good to see from the Belgian. Been a very up and down season for him. But it looks like Olsen has finally won that debate. For Hillman, it'd be a dream. Being the top 3 after the first third of the race. Remember, that was his final aim in the first race to be in the top 3. Just about achieved it. And I was in the first third of this race, probably would have aimed to be in the top 10. Especially after what he experienced in the first moto, but looks like he's well on the way to that and more. There's Leiber now pushing him wide. Needs to start switching back a bit more, as it feels, Hillman round it. But he's got the inside line. And Comfy gets ahead of the Belgium. Might be showing to stay in the top 5 now. And Hillman down the inside of Olsen as well. Into 3rd. Only 2 riders now ahead of him. He's already where he was in that first race after less than 10 minutes. Just over 8 of them in the second race. Looks like he's Covington behind Jonas. As no, he's been told to pick his bike up. What a stupid decision from the official. As now he's back down to 5th behind Leiber. So much for chasing after the top 2. And Jonas, who is leading but not pulling away. Again, it's a bit close at the front. Nobody seems to be pulling away. It's just a couple seconds at most is the gaps. So it's a bit wide from Hillman in the final jump. That was pretty poor. And again, he took that line and he got told to get his bike, pick his bike up. You know, a section of that, but fine in that penultimate corner. That's a poor jump from Leiber. Got a poor run through the first corner. Easy pickings. And we've got to defend the inside though, as that's why Leiber just did not brake. Lucky to be on his bike still. Someone a bit wide for the right. Not the best start after getting past someone, but clears the tabletop for once. That's what you want to see, and a bit smoother getting on the power. Not having that rear fight him as much. Well, I can't imagine the MXGP bikes around it. They're going to be like France as well, or Russia. The big 3. in difficulty, maybe. And this Canada, that's wide because he got in. Get going. No, why is he being told to pick his bike up? He just rejoined the circuit. What's with the officials in this section? Or is that the same official? As now he's down to 6th, so a poor end to the first third after a fantastic start. So he's now had 3 mistakes. And 2 of them are coming in the last 2 laps. Just when he's pushing on for top 2. And Prado with a gap the size of the Milky Way there. I'm not sure why the Spaniard did that. Seems like he maybe just outbraked himself, but Ilman back up to 5th. Leiber in front, then Olsen, Covington and Jonas. Prado have been a bit of a pushover these races, very quickly dismissed. And both of them has, once again, Leiber's really got to sort out that jump. There's another easy manoeuvre for Hillman down the inside. Another block down the inside as well. And the next hairpin. No, wide. But holds it through the next right. And clears the tabletop, unlike Leiber. But very tight line there, too tight in fact. Had no apex speed. But he does cement 4th place. Now can he chase after the top 3 as the top 4 in the championship altogether. Once again, like one big happy family. We just want to beat 7 hells out of each other every time they see each other. So basically like Thanksgiving for you Americans, which is coming up soon. It's all a bit wide. There's Leiber out of the top 5. The dream for the Belgium. Already over, or is it? He's battling like a hell with Prada. He's definitely got his fighting gloves on this race. One of their special gloves. I wonder what he's got over protect him. Got some special substances on them maybe, as all that's a bit poor on the right-hander. In the first race, Hillman would have been over, but the second motor a bit kinder. Despite a couple of laps ago. So there we go, 46 flat. That would have been a 45. He didn't mess up the final corner as well. Just need a more couple laps like that, Hillman. You can see he's keeping those revs up as well. You're hearing that pumping off the throttle. Just to stop that preventing. Stop those slides. More even kind of power distribution. So just nailing the throttle out the corners. A bit more short shifting as well. He's not sliding the bike as much as he did in the first race. Maybe a bit too carried away with the throttle. As you're using the same setup that you used in France to such good effect. In a knee. With similar surface. You need all of that mechanical grip. All the grip that the bike's giving you that the surface isn't. It's working well again, the setup. Definitely means the bike's very manoeuvrable. Even on this hard top. As again, not the best run for the right hander. Very tight in the apex, but... And he's down. Why is he down? Just landed that as normal as he did on the previous lap. Obviously not allowed to do that 2 laps in a row. That's landed in a different spot, I guess. As once again his progress just being shafted by mistakes and issues. And this is just carried on for the last few laps. He's had one good lap where he's got back up to 4th, but again he's finding his progress halted around there. But again, the good thing is he is in touch and distance of the leaders still. Hopefully Covington and Jonas can start battling maybe. that would be even better. But you can see there's a gap around a second between them. Let's say around 10 seconds up the road, maybe even less than that. That's despite 4 or 5 mistakes now from Hillman. So he could easily be in the lead again, just like the first race, but holding himself back. Officials holding him back on a couple of occasions. Look at that again, just in that middle sector, absolutely ridiculous how much time he can gain. He gets it down all the way down the first so he can get towards that apex. Then short shifting out the corner so he can get a smooth exit as well. Let's see, use this high line, use the banking with this back straight. Let's see if this line will work out. He goes over the jump this time. Clearly lands in a different area. It's allowed to land this time. So we're into the second half of the race. It really is flying by this middle section. So is this whole race. Feels like Hillman's running out of time. As he sets off 44.9. Would have been happy just to be in the 45s, and he sets a time like that. As he's gained a couple seconds on the leaders, just to one lap. Then he starts sliding into the next lap. Well done, Hillman. Way to build that consistency. Because he's lucky to stay upright after landing on the rear wheel there after that. Jump over the tabletop. Over the little jump. And again, struggling to get on the power. And a wide. No, why are you sliding towards the cameraman? Come on. He's just out of the groove again in this section, and when you're just out of the groove in the tight section on the lap, you're going to be meeting Bob. And Bob, you can't hit Bob. Or anyone, really, in the crowd. Apparently this isn't GTA. Who would have known that? So that's his 6th or 7th mistake. One that should not have happened. What the hell? Why is he down there? He just braked as normal. What a nightmare this middle section has been. He built a rhythm up, and since he's been having that mistake at the end of the first third, he's just not been able to get in a rhythm in this middle third. He's had 1 or 2 good laps. The rest have just been shit shows. And he needs to win it. If he's giving up more points to Jonas, after all of that momentum that he's built, just chucks it away. Be over a race win behind. As I said, Jonas always finishes around the top 5. The last time out was a rarity. And then we took advantage in Belgium, but this time on a hard packed surface, just having fun. And Prado's now hounding Hillman for 4th. He's got to get back in that 44. He's got to set 44s basically for the rest of the race, like he did set 45s and 46s in that first race in the last third of the race. He's got to start setting consistent pace like that. That's not helping, no. Once again, just being an absolute twat, is he? And now he's lost sight of the top 3 when he's been within sight of them for virtually the whole of the race. So he's got to regain his composure and just be consistent the final third, and he should be winning the race. Because he could have around not winning, and now Prado is just being a headache. Splendid, nice move down the inside. We have the run though, down his back straight. Stay ahead. No, just does not quite have the rhythm over all 3 sections. So Hillman holds on to 4th, but just he's hanging on by his fingertips. No, that's a poor jump again. He is lucky not to fall there. That was absolutely abysmal, that jump. And again, abysmal jump on the front stretch as well. As Olsen crashes out of thirds. There's a glimmer of hope for Hillman as we get into the final third of the race. Now let's see if he can start producing again. Like that first third, just needs to get into that rhythm, which he has not been in for an absolute age, it feels like, in this race. As once again Prada just diving. That's the issue as well. When he drops back and gets close to someone, that person behind does not care. They're just going to dive like you saw with Covington in that first race, and that could lead to a couple of laps of being a bit slow. So he's got to keep it up. Austin's apparently 4 seconds ahead. Is that him right in front though? His braking has been horrible as well in that middle third. He's not braked as well. You can see he's starting to slide the bike into corners when he shouldn't be. After setting that 44, he's just not been good at braking. Needs to be a lot smoother with all of his inputs, Hillman. Again, lucky not to fall through the right-hander. But it looks like he's finally got rid of Prado behind him. And then runs right in the final corner. Good job. But he sets a 46 when that should have been a 45. You can see barely flat out now. That first corner now. Here comes a 45 to hopefully catch back up to Olsen at least. But the top two are still around just 5 seconds ahead of the Norwegian. They have not pulled away at all. There they are. You can see they're almost nose to tail as well, Covington and Jonas. So we're basically set where we were 7 minutes ago now, around the halfway mark of the race. As what was that? What is that? Get going. As again, now he's just got Prado on his tail and he's out the rhythm. This is even more frustrating than the first race. At least in the first race, it built to something. It built to fantastic final third of the race. This race is just fantastic start and has just been stupid since then. It's like watching a madman on the edge of greatness, but just keep punching himself in the face. And now he's down to 5th behind Prado. As now Covington taking the lead from Jonas. Oh, now the top two decide to fight. As that's wide in the right-hander. Come on. Especially as the top two are fighting. This is a prime chance to get into rhythm and catch back up. And as you've seen, Hillman can be seconds faster than anyone else. He should be up there. He should be leading quite handsomely. Instead here he is battling with the teammate, wiping himself out. Now he's in double figures in mistakes this race as well. He has not ridden this poorly since first couple of rounds of the season, and he's just getting acclimatized to things again. What a time to fall off the wagon again. What a stage in the season. It's just hotting up. And then he has a couple of races like this. Well, he's got the pace in bags around it. Just can't get into the rhythm. He's behind Prado, just behind Prado. Can he finally clear the Spaniard? I said earlier in this race, he's just not putting up any resistance this round, didn't it? Like, now he's here with battling again, and now he's been pushed wide by Prado. Hillman tries to do it back, but or does he? Or was he just always intending to take the wide line? Let's look at Jonas and Covington. They're coming to blows for the lead with 5 minutes remaining. There's him down the inside for fourth. Now can he chase after the top three as Prado suddenly got Nitros there. I've never seen him boost like that of a corner until then, and he's wiped out Hillman. This is the same problem we had with Covington, wasn't it? He's lost another 5 seconds. He's around 20 seconds behind the leaders now. So another good result. Kiss goodbye. Well, all these lost points just cost him in the end. He's probably lost at least, let's say, 2 race wins. No, at least 50 points he's lost just cause. And now he just can't get into a rhythm. He can't even get around here lap rounder without doing something stupid. He's fishtailing it out every corner. Deserves to be Nitrous Circus rather than MXGP 2 or MX2. He's lucky to stay on the track. What even is that? What was that attempt at a jump? So let's get into the hairpin. Come on, at least get 4th. Minimise the loss. What was that slide? And again, the brakes have just been poor in the last 10 minutes. Especially braking hard. He's not even hitting the rear brake either. That's the crazy thing. Rear's just not gripping. It's almost like the tyres of Wharton, which is a bit of a shock. So we go finally out of the final corner. Finally sets off 46 again. As Covington again taking lead from Yoda. I want to see this battle for the win. As where you going, Hillman? Again, what's that line? That's the desperate dive bomb line, it seems to be. But it's not working out at all, so I don't know why he keeps doing it. With 2.5 minutes remaining, we've got 3 laps. 4 laps. It's finally caught back up to Prado. Are we on an almost similar situation as the first race somehow? It's how both races have just played out same way in the end, it seems like. There's Hillman back up to 4th. Now can he catch Olsen for 3rd? Despite almost being 10 seconds back. He's actually in a better position in the first race. That's the stupid thing. As Jonas and Covington really do not want each other to finish second in that race. They really are battling hard. Look at that. They change position every cut. What the hell? He's never looked like wheeling. Suddenly the wheelie comes out. It's a bit early, Hillman. Not going to be celebrating yet. You've got nothing to celebrate as well from these 2 races in Switzerland. Apart from a pole award, which is about as useful. It's a bin liner, really. Actually, bin liners are more useful. They don't gather dust and just sit there for no reason. So we've got 3 laps remaining, including this one. You can see Olsen in front. Being an object of desire for Hillman. That's probably what he's going to remain to be this race. If I'm honest, he doesn't deserve the champagne after... I think he's made more mistakes in this race than he did in the first race. Once again. Where's he going? I don't think he's learned after almost an hour of racing around it that, you know, you stay on the brown stuff. Green stuff is actually grass which you don't race on. Maybe one day he'll learn. Let's go over the jump. And there it is, official 3 to go, including this one. Top 2 are still attached to the hip. You can see them. Less than 10 seconds in front. There's Leiber and Patriel battling over 6th like a hell. That's a good comeback from the Frenchman after a poor beginning. He's blasted his way through the field. Unfortunately for Leiber, he's blasted his way in the odd direction. But a bit like Bogus in the first race, and it's like he's getting a solid top 10 result. Jonas crosses the line. Are you kidding? He's a similar distance in front as he was in the first race. It is going to play out with another like 3-second gap, isn't it? As Olsen is catching up to them as well. On this penultimate lap. You can see Olsen around a couple seconds back. Really is close between them, very close between the Belgian and the Frenchman over 6th. So he gets on the power nice and smoothly out of that corner. It's a bit wide again. And down again. What the hell? What did he deserve to go down then? As... oh, for God's sake, now this is just fucking stupid now. So he's going to get 4th. He's going to lose actually those 10 points to Jonas if Prado pushes him wide. It might be worse, which Prado seems to be doing. He's pushing him wide in the right hand as well. So Hillman just does it back. So if we think of the points, he actually lost 5 to Jonas, didn't he? In the first race from coming 3rd. So yeah, it will actually be around 10 points. He's just given them back what he came to the last round. There's Covington leads heading on to the final lap. No way for the American. Could be Hillman's best friend, could be everyone's best friend if he beats Jonas to the victory. Prado had a very solid second race though. As again, what is that line into the left hand? I have no idea why he's thinking reducing. And they're not widening up that corner is a good idea. But I'm sure they'll go over the data after this race and just point to the middle third of the race and go, this is where you were stupid. And then the final third race, this is where you're even stupider. So I think that's just Hillman's analysis for this second moto. I'm sure Sir Moans-A-lot, will be gone in the next round. I'm sure Hillman will just win both races. Everything will turn back to normal. But what a frustrating weekend in Switzerland. Just, as you saw from qualifying, had the pace. Showing it this race off 44.9. And again he's down. What is going on? I think he's made 15 mistakes now this second race. And most of them have been in this final third now, it feels like. Or at least drawing level with the middle third. And he's still got Prado right in his tail. Just can't shake the Spaniard this race. As Covington wins around 15 seconds up the road. That is what is most annoying again. It's not 3 seconds. Might even be less than 10 seconds. So in the end, after 19 grueling laps and over 34 minutes, Covington beats Jonas to the victory by just 0.6 of a second. Fantastic job from the American. And a double podium for Husqvarna with Olsen 3.5 seconds back. Just under 10 seconds behind the Dane is Hillman. 13 seconds behind the leaders, the winners in the end. And how frustrating was that? Even more frustrating than the first goal, since he set that up well in the first third of the race, but then he made a mistake, and for the remaining just over 20 minutes, he just spent his time chucking that race away. Absolutely poor riding from Hillman, and bitterly disappointing in the end to lose more points to Jonas, to Covington and Olsen in the championship battle, with Prado behind him in 5th in the end, at least by a second. As the Spaniard, he just could not shake that Spaniard that race, with Patriel winning the battle for 6th, just ahead of Leiber by 1.5 seconds. Then Hunter on to a decent result in 8th, ahead of his teammate Seewer. How disappointing for the Swiss rider, 25.7 seconds behind the winner. Once again, another rider had an even worse second race than the first one, with Bogas round out the top 10. Good, solid top 10 result again for the Dutchman, ahead of Muse, Bernardini, Osland, Watson down in 16th, Petrov, Kedeward in 19th, Rubini, Zaragoza in last behind Monticelli. Has also Jonas, who won today's race, but he won't always be on top of the podium. We definitely approved that. Kedeward likes us. Fitchy brought honour to the team's high, but high is also working really hard. Ben Watson, head and shoulders above Hillman. Get out of here with that nonsense. As high side is also working really hard. Okay, Ward, we actually don't like that. You said nice things about Jonas. We can't approve those things, you know. So Jonas wins it overall. Great comeback from that, and that is why he's a champion. That is why he's a championship leader. And gained 9 points on him, and gained 4 points in Covington, gained 5 on Olsen, and 15 on his teammate Prado, with Patra in 6th, Libert in 8th behind Seaward, but they're on points with Hunter Lawrence, and Bogas in 10th. So I finished in 8th and 10th. So close to being in the top 7, with Muse just outside of the top 10, and at the back is Zaragoza. So in the championship, Hillman's down to 3rd behind Olsen. That's how poor that weekend was. And he's just 3 points ahead of Covington. Garcia, I think, is out of it with 4 rounds remaining, 8 races remaining. He is 69 points back. Nice. As Jonas leads the championship by 30 points, 32 ahead of him and 35 ahead of Covington. Over a race win in the lead again for the Latvian, with Patriel very solid in 6th. He's virtually guaranteed that position, 45 points ahead of Sewa. He's 52 ahead of Lawrence, who's just a single point ahead of Leiber. If Bogas catching, 11 points further back, but he's comfortably ahead of Muse by 82 points. And looking further down the field, you've got Sue running out the top 20, despite not being here, and the South African at the back. So, not the objective achieved, not the whole shot achieved, not even the race position really achieved, as there's some fame earned at least. As let's see if Sir Moans-A-lot can get back on track next time round the Sweden circus into Osland's home turf. Let's see if he can get closer to Jonas. He needs to. Just 8 races remaining. He needs on average now to win, and hope for Jonas to finish in 3rd in a couple of those races. No longer can Jonas just finish 2nd and Hillman just win out and he's won the championship. He actually needs some help from the likes of Covington and Olsen, like he got from Covington in that 2nd race in Switzerland. But let's see what happens next time. So unfortunately, we'll find out then.